4th and Goal with Coach J is proudly sponsored by Optimum Grading, a company that values accuracy, consistency, and accountability.
All right, everybody, once again, man, it's Coach J, man, with 4th and Goal with Coach J. Another young man that I know really, really well, but I'm going to give him the opportunity. You guys know the deal. First, second, third, fourth down, and then a goal at the very, very end. 5 questions to get to know who this individual is, what he's all about, and how he can help you and your son through the process of college recruiting or just understanding the game or help you get that next job that you're seeking. So here we go. First down, man. Tell them who you are, what you do.
I'm DyrellRoberts. I'm the wide receiver coach at Wake Forest University right now. Before coming to Wake Forest, I was at East Carolina. I spent 3 years at East Carolina as the wide receiver coach there. I done kind of bounced around all through this college journey. I mean, I started off high school, went junior college, went Division III, went Division II, went FCS, got a P4 analyst job, ended up going back G5, and worked my way on back here to Power 4 conference again.
There it is. So you heard the process, you heard where he's been. All right, let's help some of these younger athletes that play football. What would you hope that young kids would understand or younger guys would understand about the game of college football if they're trying to get there and play on the next level?
For me, the best advice I think I can give all y'all young men is to understand that this thing is a business. Like, it really is a business. It's not just a business when you get to the NFL. It's turning into a business at the college level also. So understand that everything matters, no matter what it is, whether it's your schoolwork, whether it's how you carry yourself, the people you hang with, what you post on social media, how you walk around, talk, all of that stuff. Everything matters, and understand that the business that you're representing is the business of yourself. So
there you go. So here we go. Money down is what we call it. It's third down. Everybody's talking about that right now. What would you tell the young DyrellRoberts if he came to you and asked you for advice on getting into college coaching?
The advice I would give myself is I would tell myself to kind of, just be where my feet are. Like, early on in my career, I kind of felt like I had to try to make fast moves or try to strike when the iron was hot, per se. And I kind of lost sight of just the development and the growth that I was getting every single place that I've been. Now that I'm an older coach, I can look back on those lessons that I did learn, and I'm a big journal guy, so I write a lot of things down so I can always go back to it. But that's what I would tell myself. Be where my feet are and really enjoy the process, because you don't know what God got for you and how long you're going to be at each one of these places. But he's taking you to all the spots that you're going to go to on the journey. Just take advantage of it. So that's what I would tell myself.
That's good. We've heard that before. Be where your feet are. Here we go. Fourth down, coach. Fourth down, the question is simply this. Who are the influences in your football journey? It could be high school, little league, college, people that you work for, coaches that coach you. Who have been the influential people or the most influential person?
For me, I don't come from a family of like coaches and things. So early on in my career, it definitely was my Pop Warner coach, Coach Mark Brake. He kind of coached me through a lot of the Pop Warner years, and we went to go play for a championship in Florida and all of that. So he kind of introduced me to the game and the player that I wanted to be. When I got to high school, Chris Frazier was my head coach, and rest in peace to him now. He played a big part. Also, my godfather, Kelby Saunders, he played a really big part. When I got to college, of course, I played for Frank Beamer, so Frank Beamer played a part in it. But really, my receiver coach, Kevin Sherman, he played a big part. I mean, he's like a father figure to me. I still talk to him to this day. I really don't make no decisions in my career without, bouncing it off of him first, figuring out if it makes sense or not. And kind of just as we went along, like a lot of guys, fellow Hokie himself, I lean on a lot. Like Justin Harper is one that's kind of like an older brother to me. He's a wide receiver coach now. We're very, very tight. Xavier Debe. I mean, a lot of guys that I played with that's in this coaching fraternity right now. Like, we rely on each other a lot. Eddie Whitley, Davon Morgan. I mean, the list goes on and on with the guys that I've played with. That kind of goes. But that's kind of like my network and the guys that I depend on and rely on the most in my career.
So believe it or not, you've heard some of those individuals speak already. So here we go, Coach. Last question today. Tell us what your goals are for 2026, whether it be a business, your position room that you're with, the school that you're at right now. What are Coach Roberts' goals for the 2026 season?
For me, it's to be the best me I can be, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm going to pour everything I got into my guys, my room, all of that good stuff. Of course, we got to build off of the success that we was able to have last year as a program. But, I mean, for me, it's like I'm starting fresh from the ground up being at Wake Forest. I've been here now for 3 weeks, so I'm getting going. I was able to, bring in some really good guys out of the portal that I feel like are going to be really good players. But as a whole, my room is very young. And it's going to be one of those times of the development and the growth and all of that stuff is going to be, is really going to matter a lot coming into this spring. So I'm just trying to have the best spring that we can have, and that way we can turn the year into, an even better year than what we was able to have. But that's kind of my goal, is just have the best 2026 that I possibly can have, both on and off the field.
There you go. 4th and Goal with Coach J, DyrellRoberts, Wake Forest University. I know a lot about him. Deacon Demons, you're going to learn a lot here in a short period of time. Once again, I appreciate your time, appreciate your effort. DyrellRoberts, Wake Forest University, wide receivers coach. Let's get it done.
My God.